What's up, everyone? It's Boo Boo, host of the Freestyle Freakout podcast, and today we have a very special guest on, someone I am very happy to have on here. One of the first people to ever interview me. Let me introduce to you one of the best artists I know, one of the greatest friends I have in the industry, AcidXHappy.
What's up, guys? Thank you so much for having me on the podcast. I'm excited to be here. This is actually one of my first interviews. So I'm excited for this. This is like literally my second interview on show.
Really?
So, hmm
That's crazy.
yes, it is. I'm actually gonna help Jacob find this link real quick on his phone. But yeah, I'm very excited to be here and I'm excited to see what kind of questions that you got and hear some of these beats at the end of the episode because I heard that there's some sort of freestyle beats that I gotta participate in.
Yeah. There's a whole freestyle segment after this interview, and I've definitely amped up the questions. There's some questions here that I don't think anyone else is really asking on podcasts, and I'm really excited to know that. But why don't you tell everyone a bit about yourself?
Um, okay, so for those of you who don't know me, I am Acid X Happy. I'm a musician and I am also the CEO of Happy Days Productions, which is my community and podcast, I guess, that I run on myself. I promote artists and I create a community for artists to network, engage, and build each other's content up. And I am 24 years old. I've been making music and doing this community thing for going on, I'd say 4 or 5 years now. And Happy Days has been around. It'll be officially a year in, I think, August. So that's also going to be when we do our award ceremony live episode. So stay tuned for more information about that.
Yeah, that award ceremony is definitely going to be worth watching. So, everyone, do not miss out on that.
Don't.
There's definitely some heavy hitters in the running for everything,
Yes, there
including
is. Go ahead.
including we have Midnight and Yami is actually on one of the polls, and he's
Yes.
actually against King Nubs on one of the polls as well. So very interesting lineups that I've seen.
The lineups are going to be very diverse and very community based. I want everybody to nominate whoever they feel within the underground is worthy of that prize. It doesn't matter if you're a horrorcore artist, it doesn't matter if you're an EDM artist. This is a project to highlight some of the best artists within all of the collective scenes across the music industry.
Yeah, and that's a great thing, like because a lot of them seem to really be like like oh country or rap or but like you're really encompassing everybody and everything here, and that's amazing. It's really not something you see very
Mhm.
many awards doing anymore, at least at the smaller scale like
Yes.
we are.
Yes. So the interesting parts about this is that it's all voting based. Um Really the goal here is to build your engagement up and I guess you could say in a way you're competing in a popularity contest. So the best way to get and boost your engagement to get votes would be to continually make engaging posts. Just keep giving your audience things that they can, feed from. Ask them about their days, engage with them, get to know with them, and connect with your people that are paying attention to what you post. Eventually, they'll run across the polls and they'll vote for you when they see them.
Yeah, and like I gotta, I really gotta learn how to do that myself. I can't lie, but
Well,
I'm ready.
you've got a good head on it. I see you in all sorts of comments on Facebook. You've got quite a few people within the community I see you networking with, so you definitely know what you're doing.
Yeah, I mean, you're not too wrong there. I have artists from at least half of the states ready to come on here already,
Impressive.
including the album of the year nomination I gave you. So that's interesting enough.
Yes, yes. I'm also excited to see what else, what other categories you get nominated in. I know that you've been nominated for Freestyle Freakouts, which is this podcast that we're watching right here, for those of you viewing and participating. Um, I'm
The
excited for
nomination
that.
also came because of the Daz Exotic episode. That
Listen,
was the
listen.
first functioning episode of the show.
He said it was the first functioning episode. Daz Exotic is pretty damn cool. He's actually in the Artist of the Year poll.
Yeah,
Yeah. So that's another artist that you guys should definitely be tapped into if you're not interested in them.
yeah. There are so many artists you guys really need to like tap into. Like, go to the Happy Days Productions Facebook page and just look. Like, these nominations give you amazing people to listen to. You know, Blind Logic, Jersey Meg, Daz Exotic, Midnight and Yami,
Mhm.
AcidXHappy, God I'm Willing,
GIW, yes, exactly. So many people.
D
So many amazing
Matrix,
artists. FaceTime
RD,
Mommy.
RD Allen, whatever.
Oh,
RD.
fucking Jeffrey RD. Yes. Actually, we have a compliment battle with bars coming up. I've been working on that, writing it here and there.
I really want to try and like do something like that. Maybe we can get to like an actual compliment league started. I mean, we're trying to push positivity around the scene, anyways.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. We could have a you know what I mean? We could have a happy day or something like that, and we do a compliment battles.
Yeah, but we've talked a lot about other people, but I want to ask you, what's a moment in your life that shaped your sound, even if it has nothing to do with like music or anything like that? What's a moment that just kind of shaped the sound you make?
Um, this is where the whole entire aspect or aesthetic of Acid Happy comes in because, you know, as the name tells, it speaks for itself. I'd like to believe or think. Um, I guess you could say that I do go for more of a psychedelic type of sound when I am doing my verses and I'm making my music and I'm collaborating even, or I consider myself a trip hop artist, you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
not
I
necessarily a time in my life that shaped my sound, it's more of a thing that shaped who I am, or a thing that caused experiences.
And I'm gonna guess that that's the first word in your name.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We had different experiences with that then.
Yeah, it's definitely not something for everybody. I don't
Oh,
go encourage just anyone to fucking take a trip like that. You've gotta it's something that will come to you when you're ready for it and if you need it. And it's not always something that you should do without taking any research or being very, very prepared for it.
and that was my mistake there, was no research. But you
Definitely
gotta
gotta
live
do
and
your
learn, you know? I learned
mm-hmm.
the hard
You know,
way.
right, right, right. And at least you haven't had any super negative effects from that. I mean, that were at least super long lasting, to say the least.
I mean, like, so. I have nightmares every now and then of that trip I had.
Well, subconscious fucking drama, but not physical drama.
Yeah, no, no, no. So, this is where the questions start to really get, like, different. If your music
Okay.
had a spirit animal or a mythical creature, what would it be and why would it be that?
Um, a witch because I'm a witch. So
I love that answer. You didn't even have to think about it. You didn't even know the
I
question.
didn't. A
You
lot
know
of my
the
music is
answer.
actually spell work, so it. It just makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, when you say it like that, it really honestly kind of clicks. Like, yeah, a witch. I really like that. So, what's something that you
Thanks.
think people always get wrong about you and your music?
Um, that I promote the use of drugs, or that I'm rapping or singing about drugs. A lot of the music sounds trippy, but if you listen and pay attention to the words, it's actually very emotional and
And you don't really
complex.
mention drugs
And it
that
tells
much.
this. Yeah, you don't necessarily hear me mention it, even in the song that is literally called the Acid Happy intro. It it talks about take a tab of acid makes you happy, which is the chorus,
Yeah.
but then it actually talks about what it's like to have a what you would call a an ego death. And then I talk about like I'm not going to babysit you while you're having this ego death. And that's what that song talks about. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's not necessarily like I'm gonna promote the partying and the usage of negative substance or negative drug, but I'm gonna talk about my experiences with them and how they make me
Yeah, and
feel
it's
and
almost
how
like
they've
when
allowed
you
me
talk
to.
about like I won't babysit you during this ego death. They're like I can't quite remember the words to the exact, but like you're almost like kind of going back on the take a tab of acid, make happy, almost like don't do this shit because no one's gonna fucking take
Mhm.
care of you when you're there freaking out about it.
Right, right. It says, in the song I say something, "Take a tab of acid, make you happy," something about you'd better keep it classy because I don't wanna have to babysit, and when you're trip sitting, there's an actual term for that. You're trip sitting is when
Yeah,
you ultimately become the ringleader of all of the other people, like you've been deemed the main adult to take care of everybody else, and that is trip
yeah.
sitting. And you can do it
I always had one
legally,
there. You know,
but
like we always had a sober like guy who was older than everybody else.
yes, yes.
So we had
That's a
to.
good trip sitter. That's like a willing trip
Yeah,
sitter.
that's the guy we paid $100 a night anytime we did it. He was actually a paid
Hey,
adult babysitter. Like it's not even a joke. We paid him to babysit grown adults overnight.
there's nothing wrong with that, and you guys were safe.
Yeah, no, that was the entire point. Like, cause can you really trust a bunch of adults on psychedelics running around without someone who's sober?
Right. Right. What's up with the next questions? I know you got a grin over there. You're like concocting something.
So, do you write more from your imagination or your real life? And what's a bar that just came from like a true experience in your life?
Um, all right. So I write from experience and I write from imagination at the same time. In a lot of my songs, I will speak about things or I will use other people's vocals, like Alan Watts, for instance. He's a philosopher that passed away
Oh,
um in the 80s, 1900s sometime, but I use the spiritual philosopher Alan Watts in a lot of my music, and in a way, I guess you could say that he takes my imagination and what I think in my head and makes it into words that I can actually understand and comprehend.
yeah.
So I take his lectures and I put them in my music. And that's, it's a mix of reality and imagination, thought intertwining with each other when it comes to that.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. You know, like I was wondering, like I was gonna ask you at some point about like who Alan Watts was because I actually didn't know, and like I see that show up on your music. That's actually really cool. You don't see that at all, honestly. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Enzo, an EDM artist that's very, very popular, has done that a couple of times. That's where I got the inspiration to mix my lecture or Alan Watts lectures with my music, is because I'd heard an EDM track with no actual vocals or any singing or anything, but the EDM and the chill step vibe gives me this, the idea like, okay, I can take this and then I can rap over it and I can sing over it and I can make a song with all of this. You know
Yeah,
what I
and
mean?
like you can make something great like what you've been doing.
Yes.
And I mean, like, you don't seem to have a song I don't like. And that's hard for me to say about a lot of artists. But, like, once you start to look into, like, the scene of, oh, these people haven't blown up, you realize what everybody wants to listen to is not as good as what nobody's listening to. And even, like, what a small
Yeah.
amount of people listen to. Like, you find someone with, like, 10,000 views, 1,000 views, they're better than the person who has 250 million views. It's crazy how often that is the case.
Hmm. I make music that I've never heard.
Yeah, and like
So,
that's kind of what I'm trying to do too. Like we're out here trying to be different, and that's the point of music. You're supposed to be different and change things, you know. And because if you're the same, then what are
hmm,
you really doing that no one else has done?
right, exactly.
So, what's the weirdest thing that's ever inspired a line for one of your songs?
Okay. So there's this song called Hold Me Down
Oh no,
um on
I knew it was
on
going to be this
YouTube.
one.
And this this is just an ongoing experience that I seem to have, but the entire inspiration for that song was because there was a married man who actually vocalize some sort of emotion for me, but it's this a constant feeling of being used by people. And that one experience alone with that married man where he was like begging me to like be with him made me realize like how like I wasn't necessarily being seen for like my musician self. Like I'm not acid happy here. You're seeing me as an object. And the hold me down really it vocalizes how a lot of people will literally just choose to hold me down, and I let them hold me down if you need to. Basically just means like I'm here because that's my fucking spiritual path in a sense. Like I'm supposed to be here because people need that reassurance, they need that extra boost of confidence and love, but they don't necessarily see you as that. It's just like a primal instinct, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you know,
So you almost feel obligated. You feel obliged to be there because they don't understand why they feel the need, you know?
yeah. Like I knew it was gonna be that, but I never knew the meaning behind it. I thought it would have been slightly different, honestly. But that is a lot crazier than anything I could have thought. Like the way that people like treat you, though. Like I've seen it too, like firsthand, and it's insane to me.
Mhm. And it does. It gets a little bit raunchy there, but yeah, that experience is why that song became a thing and what inspired me to write it. It's because like I'm willing to be there for people, but it's like almost like at some point it's like primal instinct on the other end. It's not it's a meaningless, you know what I mean? It's a meaningless need or desire.
Yeah, that I struggle to like put like one thing into words, even though it makes complete sense to me. I want to say more than that, but like I don't know how to explain. I keep losing my train of thought with what I
You're
want to say
totally
right
good.
here.
I get it.
Cause like you kind of blew my mind with that one. It's so different. So this is one of my favorite questions. It's definitely not my favorite. My favorite is the next one. But what would you want your impact
All
on? What would
right.
you want your impact on the culture to be 10 years from now?
10 years from now, the impact I want from the culture is I want everybody to have sunflowers in their front yard because we are all living happy days.
I love
And
that.
that's the impact.
That I really do. I really love that. That is.
Whether it's fucking like seriously, I want the sunflower to become a symbol of happiness within the culture and the
You
underground
asked me the
community.
sunflowers already become a symbol of happy days and AcidXHappy. So we're
Yeah, I know. I know. We did a apparently we did a collab with Soundgarden when they did Black Hole Sun. The sunflowers, that was Happy Days in the music
oh yeah,
video.
totally. Yep. Way back before Happy Days. Yeah.
I wasn't even born back then, but that was me.
Yeah, we weren't even alive yet, but yeah, that was you.
1,000%.
So, only picking out the songs you've made, what would you want your WWE entrance song to be? This is my favorite question.
Obviously, the Acid Happy
I
intro.
knew it.
It's like the intro.
It really is. Like
I'll come into that WWE ring tripping balls.
freaking two tabs deep in the wrestling ring, fighting a clown instead of a wrestler.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
If you had to battle rap one historical figure, who would it be, and what would be your opening line?
George
Oh no.
Washington, and you lived in a tire down the street from me. What the fuck, dude? Why can't you see? Because when I was when I was
I have
very
to
little,
know.
you have to know. Okay, listen. When I was very little, we had this tire that was down the street under the viaduct, the expressway that went over the street, and there was this stuffed George Washington that me and my sister stole from the library, and we put it in the tire and we left it there for years. I'm telling you, that motherfucking stuffed George Washington was there for like 4 or 5 years, and he lived in that tire, dude. He lived there. And that's why
That
if I ever had to meet, or if I could ever meet or battle or just even look at a historical figure in person, George
it's
Washington.
him. That
Yeah.
is awesome. I've heard some wild stories before, but that one just that one's wild for a podcast. I was just messing around, threw a George Washington attire from the library.
I was so little when we did that. We had to have been like 7 and 8 years old when we did that. Just, yeah, we're
Uh,
gonna put him in his new home. George Washington lives in the tire now.
so before we get into the freestyle, do you have any upcoming projects or anything you want to talk about?
Yeah, we're currently doing the award ceremony with Happy Days, obviously. And I'm gonna be working on the Underground Therapy album. That's not gonna come out till next year sometime probably. It's gonna be a big project. I plan on having quite a few features. The gist and the statistics of this project will be basically be me. I'm the underground therapist, and I'm gonna be going all in on what the hell's going on inside of the heads of all of my, patients, my therapy patients, which are going to be a bunch of artists in the underground community. So if anybody needs a free underground therapist, hit me up
Why do I feel like you're gonna message me after this podcast?
because you definitely should be interested in this album.
I am.
It's going to be a good project. I want to put some effort into it, and I want to have, you know, lots of different aspects and, you know, artists to collaborate with on this. So I'm definitely, if you're interested, we're gonna do it. You can be part of this project too.
I really do want to be. So, do you have any live performances or anything coming up at all? Or anything like that you want to share?
No, I actually don't. I don't perform live at the moment, but like I said, I have my own podcast and I go live multiple times a week with rotations and interviews and stuff like that. So you guys can always come check me out on Happy Days.
Yeah, you guys can always see her, and she's always got something going on. It's great over there. The vibe is awesome, and there's always a good conversation in the chat.
Oh, for sure. We also have group chats too.
Yeah, there's group chats, there's a Facebook group,
All
there's
sorts of stuff.
everything. Well, I guess without further ado, let's get into this freestyle, everyone. This is Acid X Happy getting ready to freestyle on a beat made by yours truly.
Ooh, it's quiet, but I can hear it.
I'm gonna,
Can you turn it up on your end, possibly?
I just, can you hear it still? At all better?
Yes. Quietly. Let me get some earbuds. Maybe that'll help.
Oh,
I
I
got some
don't
right
know.
here. So.
The first one worked all right. Maybe we try a different one.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Cool. Let's see how this. Okay, I can hear it way better now.
All right.
Hmm.
If you need me to change to a different one, I can.
Nope, I got you. How long is it?
Oh, it's about a full song. I mean, all my beats are like, I have an album worth of beats, and I mean it.
Shit. Alright, hold on, I got you. AcidXhappy. Oh, okay. Change it. It's slow.
It's slow. You need me to change
Yeah,
it?
it's like, yeah, see if you can find something just a tad bit faster. Ooh, this is a completely different vibe. You made this?
I made
Oh
every
my
beat that's on
god.
here. I made every beat on my album too.
I might have to talk to you about this one. Hold up. Yo, it's AcidXhappy, and I don't give a fuck. I'm talking shit up on this podcast. Yeah, you know what's up. Freestyle Freakouts, and I'm in the house now. Got your baby daddy, and he's crying out loud. Ooh, I talk that shit while I'm bad at it. I got award ceremonies, and I tap that shit, and I'm happily dazed. I'm getting crazed. I'm about to hit the bong all day and be stoned anyways. Here we go. I'm blowing down, blowing back. Gonna come back and lose it on the track. We don't wanna talk shit. We just promoting that bit, cause we gonna do it while we do it, while we talk that shit. Ooh. AcidXhappy. That shit is fire as fuck. You made this beat for real?
Yeah, I made every beat that plays on this podcast.
Bro, that's fire as fuck. Yeah, you know I'm on it. I'm about to take the beat and I'm running with it. How much you wanted me to cop for this shit? I'm about to steal this beat if you don't let me get it. This shit's fire, Xavier, man. Producing shit like he motherfucking can. Boo boo. Dude, this shit's so fire, what?
Unexpected, huh?
Yes, that was super unexpected. I was like, change the beat one time, and he puts the most fire shit on.
Had to start off a little mellow. Had to ease the end of this.
Jacob, you gotta freestyle to this.
Hey,
says hi.
Jacob.
Jacob says hi. How's the spaghetti going? Let's see what else we got in the cabinet to cook up.
This one might be a little slower. I'm not sure. I might have to switch it again.
I might even be able to whip something up with this. I sing too.
I forget sometimes, even though I hear you sing on like half of my playlist.
I could definitely work with this. Hold on. Let me cook it up. Sometimes I see the worst inside of me. The pain is relentless. But there's no one that stops, and it makes me feel okay. I can't sing super loud, but that's the gist of it. That's how you'd give it a melody. This is a good beat that you'd work with. Make a very good slow-paced alternative song with. You wouldn't even have to rap on this.
Oh no, not really. I like my beats be versatile, like that, usable for multiple things.
Dude, we gotta fucking like. How would you feel about making me a beat pack or something? And I'd like do like an art crate or something like that. You know what I mean?
I did
Like
it
I
for
give
Gio.
you.
I can do it for you.
Fuck yeah, dude. That'd be great. You're super talented. I thank you.
I appreciate that.
I think that wow, dude. I think that this is the first time I've heard so much. Like you just literally played 3 different vibes that you created. Completely different vibes.
How do you feel about the 90s West Coast? I think that's this one.
Let me hear it. Let me hear it. Let me hear it.
When I say I got the
I probably.
I got vibes for days.
I could not rap to this, but this is fire.
You said this is not one you can do.
Definitely not, but this is
I
fire.
got this one too. I have a lot of different vibes on this playlist here.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. This sounds like it would be really fucking good video game music.
That's what I hear
Like,
a
like I
lot.
could see myself playing like Sonic the Hedgehog, bro, and running a fucking Sonic board with this in the background. Like, it sounds good like that.
Thank you. You don't know how much I love the music from Sonic, so that is like a huge compliment to me.
It literally reminded me of the fucking Starfall Island from Sonic
Oh,
Frontiers.
yeah, I didn't even think of that. I honestly started throwing things
It
together and cooking something up.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds like the theme music, but not in a bad way. Like it sounds good, dude. But that was my first thought. Like, I wonder if you got inspired by that somehow.
No, I really didn't. But like, that would explain why I like it so much thinking about it.
seriously, after you get off here, go play Sonic Frontiers and listen to the theme, and it's gonna sound so similar. You're gonna be like, "Whoa, how'd you hear that?" I'm telling you, dude. Here you go, sweetums. Let's go with another beat that I can rap to. I definitely don't want to rap to this, but I also want to talk to you about that after the
Play this
show.
one already?
No, we haven't played this one, I don't think.
No, that was the other one.
Possibly. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't remember hearing this one. Gonna smoke up. Gotta roll a blunt. Smoke another one. I'm smoking it up. I'm getting so stoned. I'm getting so blowed. This is a good beat you could write to.
I
Hold
try to
on.
make beats to like help people think of lines. Harder hitting like bass and things kind of help sometimes with me. So that's why I went for a lot of them. Or like beats like this.
Yeah. I'm smoking. I'm blowing. I'm going. You know that I'm chosen. Smoke. Yeah, dude, we should write a song after this together.
Maybe we just make a
Scrap.
collab EP.
Yes. Actually, when and if you become a Happy Days official affiliate, that'll be things that you'll be able to do is like share your beats on the podcast, and we'll get people to come and get beats from you and work with you as a producer and stuff like that. So
Yeah, we'll definitely talk more after this.
smoking it up, I don't give a fuck. I'm blowing these blunts, I'm rolling these woods. Ooh, this is a smoking song. This is a smoking song. I'm smoking, I'm blowing, I'm going, and yeah, I'm going real far. Jake said he's going real far in the car, like a motherfucking superstar. And he's getting real. He's driving while he smokes a blunt. And he's going fast on the expressway. And he's steering the truck with a motherfucking van. Cause you know that Jake is a motherfucking man.
Oh man, look what I got here. I think this is the longest freestyle segment we've had on here.
Is it?
Yeah,
I was gonna say, shit. I don't mind. I'm having fun.
I'm enjoying this.
All right. Got a lot of friends, got a lot of pals. Join Happy Days, yeah, you know you can. If you want to give us a little follow, join that shit, man. Anyways, I'm Happily Days. And I do this thing every single day. I make posts on Facebook. Well, I make them. You can go put them on the book. Make a nomination. of your favorite artists of the year. Wanna put them in? Better go put your votes in. I need everybody watching to go put them votes in. Go get them awards, guys. Nominate your best friend for Artist of the Year. Not me. That's gonna be Boo Boo. Who is that though? The most improved artist of the year. Let's go. Megan Beat. And he's got an album coming out too, bro. And I'm working on a music video that's gonna be uploaded. So you guys better tap in and get to watching that shit.
Let
Yeah.
me hop on this.
That's
Hey,
all I got for
hey,
that.
as is working on the music video, better tap in, ho, you already know I'm here to make the audience grow. One of a kind, I'm the only show. Freestyle Freakout, such a place to go. Yeah, I'm here, I'm bringing heat. Got an album coming out on August 13th, and I'm here killing my own beats just to show people I can do this
Uh
right
oh.
here. Yeah, I can do this here. Went from drinking alcohol to beer to being clean. Now my mind's clear. Yeah.
Hell yeah. And I'm so stoned, but not too blowed. I can still freestyle though. You already know. So put the dabs on the bong and take a little hit with us. We're about to be happy days on Freestyle Freakouts anyways. Ooh. Will you talk shit? And we about it. Ooh.
Yeah. Happy days in freestyle. Freakout collaboration. Gonna be a sensation. Bigger than everyone's
And
expectations.
shit. Yeah.
It's hard not to hop on like when people fall off sometimes. I mean,
Hey,
ugh.
listen, that was good. There ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm about to clip that too.
Yeah. Trying to clip the Boo Boo and AcidXHappy freestyle.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah,
that
it's
just
our official collab. Um, but I actually do need to get off here because it's almost dinner time for me and I'm hungry.
all right. Well, is there
I
any
did have
advice or
fun.
anything you want to give before we hop off here? I mean, I had a lot
Um,
of fun too. I really did. This was great.
it was good. I had fun. I'm definitely gonna come back on if you ever want me to.
You
I
can always come
really
back.
the only advice I have for anybody out there is if you're making music, don't stop. Don't stop making music. That's it. And be nice. People need you to be nice. It's okay to be nice.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, don't give up. Don't quit music. Music is life. Music is what keeps people going. And, like,
Yes.
music, like, honestly, like, music is a part of life. It is a part of nature. It is the rhythm of everything. Even your heart has a beat.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. Even your heart has a beat.
But thank you for coming on here. It was awesome having you on. I really hope to get you back on here again.
Of
Have a
course.
great
Thank you
night.
for having me.
And
You
thank you to
too.
everyone. Thank you to everybody for tapping in and watching us. Much love to you, Acid, and much love to all our fans out there. I'll see